Hello, you noble people. My name is the Noble, and the official second trailer of the FNAF 2 movie has officially released. So I'm very excited for this. We're gonna be reacting to it. Last time they did the first trailer, I wasn't able to react for it for a video. I am very excited. So without further ado, let's hop into this. Okay,
So you
Vanessa. I'll
wanna
try to be quiet.
tell me about your bad dreams?
It's always the same.
Your dad.
Oh. Was this like project files?
We're never gonna be able to move forward until you deal with some of the mess you left in your head.
My father was a monster. You know that.
Oh.
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when
Oh.
those 5 children went missing that I knew she was murdered by him.
Are you ever gonna go back to Freddy's, I mean?
Was that Charlie?
I think my sister is here.
Oh.
Where are you gonna run to?
What do they want with my sister? Half of this town will be dead by morning.
That's peak. That is peak. There was so much in that. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm a little disappointed we did not get to hear Matt Pat's Bonnie voice or Megan Fox's Toy Chica, because I really do want to hear the voice. I have no doubt that Matt Pat did a good job with Toy Bonnie. He does do some voice acting stuff. I'm a little apprehensive with Megan Fox voicing Toy Chica, so I wish we could hear some of that. But let's analyze what is going on in this trailer, because there's so much going on. There's so many tidbits. I'm gonna have to read through all those newspapers. Okay, first
you
off, let me
wanna
turn
tell
the
me about your
volume
bad
down a
dreams?
little bit, and we're gonna go do this frame by frame. So we have young Vanessa, most likely, moving through the house. I want to look at those Freddy schematics. Matthew Lillard doing the Toreador March or whispering it. Old design. I wonder. Now, I know they're probably not gonna bombard people with new lore stuff. However, for people who do know lore stuff, I think it would be kind of funny if the Mimic was there. I don't think William Afton would have the Mimic. He never had the Mimic. The Mimic was something Edwin would have, but it would be funny if we saw it or like a nod to it. Bunch of stuff. Okay, here we go. Freddy Fazbear version 3.0. ED, I do not know what that says. Laps to be. Top hat. Pull off. Performance. Eyes to glow. So there is stuff. Okay, Blumhouse logo. We don't need to look at that. I mean, we can't have. Oh, wait, no, volume doesn't happen when you're moving like this. I accidentally put it.
We're never gonna be.
My bad. I accidentally put it in the. Okay, so Vanessa seems to be looking through something, shutting everything off. I wonder what she's doing here. You know what? It could be, thinking into like a serial killer's mind, like, which is probably not a good sentence to say. We've never really known William, like why he does the killings and whatnot. People obviously have theories and whatnot. But one thing a lot of serial killers have, or at least in like media, I mean, a great example, Dexter Morgan and like the Bay Harbor Butcher, that series, that character collects blood slides of his victims. So it would make sense that William would probably collect something, and it looks like these things she's laying out. Maybe she's trying to call to the children. So you have like a bag of marbles. That's definitely something a kid would have. Um, a mirror, a journal, and then obviously the toy plane from Mike's brother. I'm sorry. This stance that Matthew Lillard's doing with his legs there was kind of funny. Okay, him pulling out a knife. And then this looks... Yeah, this is in a FNAF location, but it's like a fixed spring bunny. It's not like the broken down one. It actually is fixed, which is interesting. Okay, yeah, this is what... people were saying that... whoever this actor, I forget the actor's name, but for those of you who don't know, one of the Matthew Lillard's biggest roles was the first ever Scream. And Scream, like, basically revitalized a lot of horror slasher stuff. And his character and then another character were like the big killers in the end, and I believe the actor who did the other killer is also in this movie, and people thought he was going to be Henry. But it looks like, Daddy, I'm sorry you missed my birthday, but I really love my present. I miss you. Or is that's not a Y. Your pack.
Everyone.
Okay, let me see what he says.
Accident. But it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing.
5 children went missing.
But I knew.
Okay, Freddy Fazbear's grand reopening. I can't really read those clippings.
She was murdered.
Okay. William Afton's Early Ambitions by Ed Borkash. The field of animatronic owes a great deal to the singular devotions of revolutionary work of William Afton. His persevering vision for merging technology with entertainment using animatronic robots not only provides a fun experience for kids, but also serves as a firm... I can't really... Sometimes... Okay, Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie Chica... Oh, wait, did it say puppet there? Okay, well, more stuff about that. Yeah, what is this? She's holding another kid, screaming, and parents and the children are reacting. So this is not like they're ghosts or something. They're actively reacting. I don't see any injuries on them. Right? Yeah. I don't see anything on them. Okay, another kid talking to Abby, asking if she's gonna go back. Apparently this sign changed because people were talking about it. I don't know the full story, but apparently the original person who made this sign or made this sign is like weird or something. I don't know. They had like a parasocial relationship with Scott, which was weird. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that because it was on my mind. So this is Freddy Fazbear's grand reopening. So the to location, it is Arizona. Okay, half off. So it is an old coupon. And then she comes in there. Oh, we can see Balloon Boy right there. Oh, his balloon fell over. Like the water thing. The stage. Toy Chica lights up. December 5th. Someone said something here.
Where are you gonna run to?
Okay, well, that's definitely Matthew Lillard saying, where are you gonna run to? Ooh, we actually have not seen Foxy and Freddy fully. So seeing these are interesting. However, one thing that I will say is how this is going to work in terms of lore connecting to the games. So if you don't know, the base, obviously in lore, FNAF 2 takes place before FNAF 1. And what happens is that after whatever happens in FNAF 2, like the murders and whatnot, they close and then they reopen by fixing the old animatronics. Originally, Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica were like performers are at Fredbear's and then they got withered. But if these animatronics are here, it most likely means that these are unless somehow they got moved after that location broke down from the first movie. I'm not sure how these ones got here, so that's a little confusing. I wonder if they'll probably explain that. They might just be completely separate animatronics. It would make sense for them to be the same ones, just like withered and like actually in a chronological order. But they do look good. Bonnie having white eyes looks a little weird. Foxy looks good too. Just the detail that Jim Hendrickson does on some of the stuff is like amazing. It looks like, with some of the, I'm going to be honest, Scott is not the best modeler, especially when it comes to some of the later designs. Like, there's a reason why the Nightmare animatronics look good in game, but then when you see their full model, they don't look good because they're just like modeled really weirdly. One of the big critiques is that, like with Springtrap, with the Wizards, you can tell that it's patchwork. As a matter of fact, I believe Scott said he modeled Foxy's stuff on a car ride on a trip, like a vacation trip, on a car ride on a bumpy road. So some of the jagged edges got really bumpy because his mouse was going everywhere because he was in a car. So, that being said, it actually does look really rusted. And Withered Foxy's design is already really cool, because normal Foxy's already a little withered. Set of new rules. See the puppet? We get a good look at Toy Freddy here. He has red eyes. New level of fear. They're running away from something. Toy Freddy out and about. We saw that one. It said, what did they, you know what, let me go back and hear what they said.
Half of this town will be dead by morning.
Okay, half of the town will be dead. So the toy animatronics look like they're doing something. And they seem to be the ones that get the red eyes. Matt Pat's killing somebody. Toy Chica lights up her eyes like a flashlight. That's interesting. That's Blue? I thought that was JJ for a second. Okay, another character. See with the Wizards. A family hiding. The Mangle. Mangle, I can't wait to see Mangle. Just the extra arm coming through. And then we get a good look at Foxy. Okay, this is most likely in the I won't check them out in this video, but there was a TV spot where we got to see something, and apparently when Mike does like the night guard thing, there's a computer that tells him put on the Freddy mask to do that. Like, people are like, why would Mike just put on a Freddy mask? That wouldn't do anything. But he did it for he listened to the monitor and he's like, no way that would work. And apparently it worked. I'm assuming this is when Foxy's like, I don't believe that. But this looks really good. I'm very interested to see if that is Charlie. A lot of us, and I mean a lot of us, thought that Mike's brother was going to be the puppet in this universe. I I don't really know unless that's like supposed to be Cassidy or something. I'm very interested to see who that could be. I mean, I love this already. The first movie was an instant 9 out of 10 for me. The only thing that I did not like with the first one is a lot of the some of the exposition stuff. Not exposition stuff. What was it? Um Oh, the scares and the gore factor. I felt like it was kind of undermined, and it still was a decently FNAF movie, but it didn't really give like spooky necessarily, except a couple parts. And if this is actually going to go above and beyond with that, I'm very excited to see what this is going to be. I'm so interested to see. Let's go back to that one part. So this guy is talking to Mike. I don't know what his character's name is yet. And his daughter died. We don't really know. I'm going to be honest, that looks like how people draw or like showcase Cassidy. So this would be really weird if it was Cassidy. As a matter of fact, we have not seen Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy was, I think we saw in a couple TV spots. I don't know if we saw him in the full trailer, but it is interesting. We also haven't seen the full puppet, so maybe the puppet's going to be like the Golden Freddy of this one. I'm interested to see. It also makes sense to say this would be the puppet because later we do see the girl holding someone and trying to save that, and we know the puppet wants to save people. This is very interesting. Let me know what your thoughts on this are. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to do like a review about the movie when this fully comes out. I never did that on the first movie because the channel wasn't quite as big and I didn't feel like it. But I'm 100% going to do that for this movie. So yeah, stay tuned. But thank you so much for watching. Stay noble. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.